everyone and welcome back to Isabelle. So today I'm going to be doing a Q&A for you all. I decided to do this Q&A just because I wanted to do one, and you guys came up with some juicy questions, some emotional questions, and just some questions that I've never answered before, and like I just wanted to answer just to get it off my chest and just to let you guys know, I guess. So we're going to start with a few of the easy questions, and the first question is from x.cutie.inghams.x, and they said, what did you pick for your GCSE options? So for my GCSEs, when I was at school, my GCSEs that I chose were going to be business, Spanish, drama, and then maths, English, science, which I have to do anyway. But obviously I can't really do drama anymore because I'm doing homeschool, which is not a problem, because I do like drama, but like I can kind of do drama with my family, but I can't really take it for GCSE. So the things that I'm taking now are, instead of drama, I'm doing history, because in school I didn't like history, but I've really got into it since we've been homeschooling and travelling and seeing things and going to museums. I really got into history. So I'm doing maths, English, science, and then Spanish, business, and history. The next question is, do you have a boyfriend? No, I don't have a boyfriend right now, and there's a few reasons for that. One, I don't need a boyfriend. Two, I just kind of, I'm traveling right now, and like it's not really like, I'm not going to, if I did have a boyfriend it would probably all be online. And three, I kind of, if I'm going to have a boyfriend, I don't want to just like have a boyfriend, I want to have like an actual boyfriend, do you know what I mean? Because I feel like when you're younger, when you have a boyfriend, it's just like, it's just not really a boyfriend, it's just like I don't know, I can't explain it, but I want to, when I have a boyfriend, I want to be older and like have a more mature boyfriend, if you know what I mean. The next question is from Isabelle Universe, and they asked, who is your favourite in Blackpink? Because I got a question on my TikTok the other day. Somebody asked, do you like BTS? And I said no, but I do like Blackpink. I'm not too sure if that's the same account, but now they've asked, who's your favourite in Blackpink? I'm not actually, like, I don't listen to their music often. I have listened to like 5 or something of their songs, but I haven't like listened to them loads. But I think her name's Rose, the one with really nice blonde hair. I think she's my favourite. She's got like a really nice voice, so I think she'd probably be my favourite. The next one is from Charlotte, and she's asked your first period story. So my first period story isn't actually really anything special, I don't think. I was in school, and I remember, it's actually quite funny. I was in school, and I remember just like feeling uncomfortable and being like, I need to go to the toilet right now. And then I remember going to the toilet and seeing blood, and at first I was like, oh my, what is going on? Like, I really was panicked, even though like I'd had the talk with mum about it and everything. I was like, what is that? Why is that happening? And I was really panicked at first, and I remember just sitting in the toilet, and I told my friend to come with me because I was like, what is going on? And she was like, you alright? And I'm like, yeah, and I started crying. I don't know why I started crying, but I just started crying, and I was like, yeah, I just need to call my mum a second. So I got my phone, and I told mum, and I was like, don't you dare tell dad. I was just, because she was like, oh, you might have just started your period, it's fine. Do you have anything with you? And I was like, no. And so I was like, I'll just ask your friends, and my friend had some pads with her and things. But I remember shouting down the phone, I was like, don't you dare tell dad. And they were in the car at the moment, and mum's phone had connected to the Bluetooth speaker, and she was like, I'm on the car Bluetooth on the speaker. And I was like, oh, I just felt so embarrassed. I don't know why, I just felt so embarrassed. But it was really weird because that morning, sorry, the day before that, so the day before I got my period, we'd been at a park, and I remember I took a picture on my Instagram of me like this with a yellow top on, and I remember sitting down with mum, and mum saying, oh my gosh, can you imagine if you got your period tomorrow, how weird that'd be? And I remember being like, yeah, it'd be so weird, wouldn't it? And then I remember that morning having like bellyache, my stomach was hurting, I just thought I was just bellyache, and was like, ooh, that was starting your period, as a joke. And then I literally got to school and started my period. Really weird. Okay, these next few ones are kind of like the more sensitive kind of ones, I guess. So Liv has wrote, how do you feel about your mum's miscarriage? Sorry if it's offensive. It's not offensive at all. I'm actually kind of glad somebody asked this. I mean, I had a lot of questions about it. Yeah, it's not offensive at all. I personally was really upset because it was just, you know, it's not something nice to go through at all, and it was just something that I was really looking forward to. Like when mum told us when we were at that little thing at like the garage place, I was so happy, and I was like, because I didn't think my mum was gonna have any more children. I thought like she was just going to have Jace. I mean, we had spoke about it, but I just didn't think she would. So when she told me and the girls and dad, you know, whatever, that she was pregnant, it was like a really big thing, and we were really happy, and I was like so happy. And then I did know, like mum told me before that she hasn't got any symptoms yet, but that if anything bad did happen, like a miscarriage, that it is common, because in 1 in 5 women who get pregnant, it's likely that they will have a miscarriage, and this would have been mum's 5th pregnancy. So we did know that it was something that could happen, but we just, I don't know, I just didn't ever think it would happen. And then obviously we were in Benidorm at the time, the car had gone, dad had gone home, and then that's when mum started to get like ill and like not feel well, and it was just not really a nice, it just wasn't very nice. Like I was really upset, mum was really upset at first, and she was, but me and mum were kind of the same. We were like, as in like everything happens for a reason, so that maybe if mum didn't have that didn't happen, then maybe something worse could have happened. So yeah, obviously it's not something very nice, but that's just life, I guess. The next question is from Lucy, and this is a question that I have been putting off asking for so long, for like 6 months now. I've had so many comments about it. I didn't want to answer just because it's very personal to me, and it's something that I didn't feel like I wanted to share publicly, but I've had so many comments about it, and I just feel like I'll feel better if I just tell you guys, like just quickly tell you like what's going on and everything, and like then it'll be off my chest, and I won't have like, I literally get so many comments every day, so many messages on my Instagram coming through asking me this, so I'm just going to tell you all. So the question is from Lucy, and she asked, do you still see your biological dad? Sorry if it's too personal. Loads of love hearts. Thank you, Lucy, for your very kind question. So the answer to that is no, I don't. If you guys have been watching our channel for ages, for like from like 2017, 2015 kind of, you all know that on a weekend I went to my dad's house. I'm not going into too much detail about it because it's just, you know, it's just personal, but I don't go anymore. Sometimes things just don't work out, I guess. Like you can go get help and try work things out, and sometimes they just don't, and that's just life. So that's pretty much it. I don't go in there anymore, and that's very much all I'm going to say about it. Okay, on to some of like the nicer questions now. So this is from Amina, and she says, first of all, you're so beautiful, thank you so much. And she said, and my question is, where do you want to travel in the future? So, well, I don't really know. There's obviously a lot of restrictions on some countries right now, but let's just put like all of that aside. Let's just pretend there's no restrictions on countries. In the future, I really want to go back to Australia. My main reason for this is because whenever we talk about Australia, mum always feels really sick because she had really bad pregnancy symptoms on this, and she was so unwell, and like sometimes when it's so hot as well, and walking around pregnant, she'd love the trip obviously, but she just felt so ill that whenever she thinks about it, she's always just like, ugh, don't remind me. So I want to do Australia again, one because I want to do it kind of differently. Like I feel like I want to see more now that we're like so adventurous and we travel like so much, that I want to be able to travel it more in more detail. And I also want to go back because I want mum to see how amazing it was. Like I remember the day that we went to hold the koalas and feed the kangaroos, literally like one of my favourite days. So yeah, I really want to go back to Australia, and then whilst we're on the Europe trip, I really want to go to Italy. I think right now that Italy is shut. I don't think you can go into Italy right now, so I don't know what my plan is going to be, but I really want to go to Italy. It's just a place that I've always wanted to be, And also one of Twilight's film, one of the Twilight films, some scenes were filmed in Italy and you can actually go to where it is, and I really want to do that. I mean, Esme really want to do that. So I was quite nervous to answer this question. I don't know why, but I'm so sorry, the name is so hard. It's just a bunch of random letters, so I won't say who this is from, but the question is, have you had your first kiss? The answer to that is no. And a few of you might be like, oh my gosh, she's 15, she's never had a first kiss. I know a lot of people probably will say that, but personally, and I've actually spoken to Mum about this, about like everything. I might sound really, I don't know if this is gonna sound stupid, but when I have my first kiss, I want it to be with someone that I'm like comfortable with, and I want it to be like something that, like, I don't want it to just be like a random person, or like I don't want to just be with some randomer, do you know what I mean? Like, I want it to be special. I want it to be something that I'm like, I don't know, I just don't want to have my first kiss when I'm like young and just don't really know what I'm doing, I guess. So yeah, I haven't had my first kiss yet, but I know a lot of people say, oh my gosh, you've had your first kiss, that's awful. Or if you've kissed like a million people, everyone's like, oh my god, look how many people you've kissed. It's like, ugh. But no, I haven't had my first kiss and I'm saving it for someone special. Oh my, I'm actually a bit offended about this comment. I'm 30 and I've never watched or read anything about Twilight. Sum it up for me. That was like someone, I've just taken a bullet. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe you've never watched Twilight before. It's so good. It's on Netflix. Whoever has asked this question, watch it. It is so good. It's basically about a girl who meets a vampire, they fall in love, and then they think the baby's going to kill them, and then she doesn't, she survives, becomes a vampire, and then it's a happy ending. That's pretty much it summed up. Next question's from Abby, and she said, what is it like not seeing your friends? Because obviously I know that everyone in the UK, I think everyone in the UK has gone back to school now. I know that my school have gone back to school, and at first, like, I was like a bit upset because it's like, well, I mean, I was probably wasn't going to see them anyway because I hadn't seen them in lockdown anyway, but I always like FaceTime them, and I always try FaceTime them whenever we have time, and like, yeah, I'm also making friends whilst I'm on holiday. Like, I know at the campsite that we're currently at, there's a girl who's there who is a Portuguese girl. She speaks actually really good English. But I don't speak any Portuguese. I only know how to say obrigada, which is thank you. But she's been trying to teach me some Portuguese, and I still don't even know. But yeah, I'm making friends on holiday, and I'm also like, I'm always FaceTiming my friends at home as well. Of course, the plane has to come over as I'm saying it. Life as a vlogger. Next question is from Imi, and she has asked, why don't you take Prinny away with you? By the way, love your videos so much. Thank you so much for watching our videos. And we didn't bring Prinny away on this trip with us. One, because it's very hot. She's used to living in England, which is most of the time freezing cold and rainy. So one, because of the heat, and it wouldn't be fair to bring her, she's such a fluffy dog as well, it wouldn't be fair, I don't think, to bring her with us. And two, we do day trips out pretty much every day, and like coming to places like this, coming to big cities, we wouldn't be able to bring Prinny with us because she wouldn't be able to go in a hotel. And on day trips we can't leave her in the caravan, she'd be way too hot, she'd have no air, because it's just too hot basically, and it wouldn't be fair. To be honest, she's having a great time with Coco anyway. Our grandparents' dog, she loves spending time there. She loves playing with Coco, so I'm pretty sure she's having a holiday herself. This next question is actually a really good one. Who argues the most between you, Esme, and Isla? Okay, so let me just like lay out for you all. Isla is like the very, she's the youngest, so she's like quite sensitive, I guess. She's also, Isla's become a bit mischievous, mischievous? I don't know how people say that. Mischievous? Anyway, she's become quite cheeky recently, Isla has. I think that's because she's getting older. I mean, she's getting older now. But Isla's like the sensitive one who's like pretty much gets out of doing all the chores. That's pretty much what Isla is. I'm the oldest one. So I don't really argue a lot, to be honest. I don't really start arguments a lot. Like if somebody like annoys me, like if Esme's doing something to annoy me, I'm like, Esme, stop it now, because we do have arguments. Obviously we're just normal people, but I'm kind of also the mother hen, and the girls get really annoyed at me sometimes because if something's going on, like the girls are both arguing and mum's like trying to work and dad's trying to sit with Jace or whatever it is, I get involved and I'm like, girls, stop it, mum and dad are trying to work, or mum and dad are trying to do this and look after Jace, or mum and dad are trying to blah blah blah. So I'm like, girls, stop arguing, and they're like, stop being a mother hen, you're not my mum. So I'm a bit of a mother hen, but I think Esme is the person who starts most of the arguments, because she's just great. It's just Esme. It's literally just Esme. That's just who she is. She's just a troublemaker. But to be honest, sometimes when she does things to get in trouble, I can't help but laugh at her. Like even if she sat there annoying me so much that I'm like want to rip my hair out, she always finds a way to make me laugh. And it makes me laugh and smile even thinking about some of the things that she does. But who argues the most probably would be me and Esme. I think I'm either an Esme. Always Esme though. Excuse me, I'm trying to film a video. This one's from Chrissy Grace, and she asks, how do you feel about being homeschooled? I am so happy about being homeschooled. When it was actually really like a good thing. I know there's been a lot of negatives surrounding everything with lockdown. It's been a really emotional time, and I will agree with you. I've been emotional. It's been, you know, hard not seeing friends, not being able to go out in lockdown and things like that. So I do understand that there's been a lot of negative things, but for me there were also a lot of positive things. One, I got to try out being homeschooled, which is something I've always wanted to do my whole life. I've always been like, I really want to be homeschooled. It's just something I've always wanted to do, or even just try. So the fact that I got to do that and try it and grow to love it and carry on doing it now, I'm very grateful. Like that was a positive that happened. Two was when I was at home, I came out of my shell a lot more. I became a lot more positive and a lot happier, I think, because being like, obviously being a YouTuber and things, it's something that's not very common, and with all of the support that you guys give me, sometimes people in school would say things about that, or be made, like a lot of rumours would be said to me and not nice things, and I always felt really reserved and like, I don't really know, like I started year 7 and I was like really like excited, and everyone was like, whoa, like you're Izzy, like so nice to meet you, and I think as I got along I just got a lot more like, I don't know, I kind of went inwards a little bit, and I just wasn't really myself and stuff. But then since lockdown I've really come out of my shell a lot more, and I've become like a lot more positive, and that's a reason why that like a lockdown has been a positive for me. So how do I feel about homeschool? I feel really good. Like I love homeschooling. It's been amazing, and yeah, I love it. Izzy Thomas has asked, do you get a good night's sleep in the caravan? I do actually get a good night's sleep in the caravan. You probably wouldn't think that because we've got Jace, but Jace is he's such a good baby. He just sleeps. It's because we all sleep so much, but yeah, it's not bad at all. Me and Esme, well, I will say one negative thing about it actually. So me and Esme share a bed. Our bed is huge. Like, and it might not look on the camera, but the bed is so big. But Esme always likes to spread her legs out when she sleeps. Like she literally puts her legs in like a star shape. So I'll be like sat facing that way, and Esme's feet and like legs will just be in my face, and I'm just like, what are you doing? But most nights it's great. It's like it gets really cold in the middle of the night. It gets really cold in the caravan. Jay sleeps soundly. Mum and dad are like up the top bit, and they actually even have like a door on theirs. Normally just keep it open, but yeah, like everyone's quite oh, and also one thing is Isla, she doesn't mean to do it, it's just a thing that she does in does it like she does it when she's asleep. It's not her fault. We're thinking we're going to have to get her something to put in her mouth because she grits her teeth so bad, and it makes me cringe. Like when I'm trying to get to sleep and Isla's fast asleep, I'm like, she's gritting her teeth and I'm like, oh, you're precious teeth, Isla. Like, oh, the sound, it makes me cringe. But overall, like when I sleep in the caravan, I sleep really good. We're moving on to the last 4 or 5 questions now. So if you, it's from Maya, I don't know, M-A-W-A. Sorry guys, the camera cut off. If you have to pick a sibling to be stuck on a desert island with, ... who would you take and why? I would definitely take Esme. I'm sorry, Anna and Jace. I would have to take Esme. She would I think the reason I would because I'd actually be good at like what I would be like. I'd be like good at like getting the food and stuff like that, and like cooking the food. Esme would be like the Jungle Jane who jumps into the blooming river and grabs a fish and like does all of that stuff. I'll probably be the person who makes the raft and like makes us food. Esme would definitely be like the person who gets the food and things like that there, and jumps up trees and does all that crazy stuff and probably swims with sharks. The next question is from Joseph, and he's asked, are you an alien? Oh my gosh, you know my secret. He knows too much. I'm only joking, I'm not an alien. Anyway guys, that is the end of today's video. Thank you all so much for all of your questions, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye!